Hello, this is KMeister bringing you a video on Marvel Avengers. So I've been playing the open beta for a couple of days, and I wanted to give my initial impressions on what I think of this game. So in case you don't know, Marvel Avengers is a new game from Crystal Dynamics. They're the ones who made the 2013 Tomb Raider game and its sequel. The Avengers game is obviously set in the Marvel comic book universe. As far as I can tell, it's not directly related to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though it's using the same characters like Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow. So it's a single-player game, but it has a co-op mode for certain missions, so you can invite your friends, or you can do matchmaking with some random people, or you can just use the AI and play solo. So this weekend we had an open beta for this game. I installed it on Thursday and started playing it on Friday, so I've spent several hours now playing the game, and I wanted to just talk a bit about my impressions and what I think the game gets right and where the game falls a little short. So first, the positives. The game is obviously taking its cue from the MCU, so it looks and feels very much like an Avengers movie. There's something really exhilarating about taking to the air as Iron Man, or smashing through a bus with the Hulk, or my favourite, throwing Thor's hammer at someone's face. It's really clear that Crystal Dynamics have taken a great deal of care to make sure that not only does the game look and sound like an Avengers game, but it also makes you feel like an Avenger. I really liked switching between Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and of course Kamala Khan, the new Ms. Marvel. There's a nice difference in playstyle between characters like Thor and someone like Black Widow, and Kamala Khan is a great addition to the roster. I really enjoyed playing as her. There's also lots of upgrades to your characters. Just like in other games, you can get new skills and bonuses, and you can collect materials for upgrades and gear. There's a progression system which will be familiar to most people. Unfortunately, that's really all that I enjoyed about the game.
We got civilians trapped behind those barricades. Understood.
So now the negatives, which are considerable, I'm afraid. When I heard they were making an Avengers game, I was really looking forward to playing it. But then I started hearing about it having an online co-op and microtransactions. Now, I'll give a caveat that Crystal Dynamics have said that microtransactions won't affect gameplay. It will all be cosmetic changes only, which I suppose is better than pay-to-win loot boxes. But you can bet that if you want some of the classic skins for the Avengers, you're going to have to pay for them. I really wanted a standalone single-player game, no microtransactions, and just a strong and interesting story where I can live out my dream of flying through the air as Iron Man and blasting away enemies with my repulsors. I really wish this was less Destiny and more like the Spider-Man game from PS4. Another more serious problem is that the gameplay is really boring. Now, I appreciate I've only played a small slice of the game, but what I have played is quite dull. The game is really linear. You go from point A to B, fighting the same generic enemies and enemy archetypes. There's no sense of tactics or even threat from your enemies. All you're doing is button mashing until the wave after wave of enemies are dead. And that's really it. The novelty of playing as the Hulk or Thor will quickly wear out and leave you wondering why you're playing the game to begin with. And this stems from the fact that this game can't decide if it wants to be like Batman Arkham Asylum or Destiny and Anthem. But that's not even the biggest problem. There's a more fundamental issue with the game. The screen is always shaking. Why is the screen shaking so much? It's utterly nauseating. Whenever you do any action or attack, the screen starts to shake. It's as though the people at Crystal Dynamics were just sitting there wondering, what can we do to make our game seem epic? I know, let's shake the screen and make the players vomit. And worst of all, you can't switch this off. I kid you not. There were times when I felt like I was going to be sick with all the screen shakes. I really hope they patch this out, or give players the ability to disable screen shakes. This for me was the biggest deal breaker. I can't recommend a game that makes me feel like throwing up every time I play it. I'm actually thankful for the beta. It made me realize that I don't actually want to play this game. Even if they fix the screen shakes, I don't think there's enough in this game to make me want to part with my money. I'll be interested in seeing the final reviews for this game. I have no intention of buying it, but I'm interested to see if other reviewers feel the same as I do. So that's my final thought. Let me know if you agree with me or not. And if you like the beta, tell me why. I'm Kmeister G. Thank you for watching. Bye!